Okay, I was like, elimination chamber away 1 week to be exact, almost sort of, carry the one. And I want to make the case for every single person in the chamber, not who my winner is, not what's necessarily going to happen, but who got making the best case for every person. So let's go ahead and go with the women's elimination chamber. Let's pull out the hat. Roxanne. I feel like she got her best case is the same thing that I sort of made for the Rumble. It's the fact that WWE rarely has a new face come in, like whether that's like someone brand new, Penta, Jordan Grace, that type of thing, or like just someone being like called up, where it was like Tiffany, it took some time. I was like Carmelo Hayes, we still waiting. Braun Breaker, it takes them. I was like Lyra, they got their stuff at the end, but I was like it took them a minute. Rare something like, for instance, when Paige came up, faced AJ Lee and won the championship. Rare something like that happened. So yes, I was like, so why not with Roxanne, that you basically have her win the elimination chamber, rookie coming out of here and facing Rhea Ripley in a big Mania match, and you can easily have her win. Now Rhea Ripley is sort of the veteran in this situation. That is to put Roxanne over and to make Roxanne look like a big thing. That's sort of, I was like, her case in this scenario, which I don't mind. I kind of like. I would like if we did sort of like, if this WrestleMania is sort of about surprises, from Jey Uso winning, The Rock coming back, and we're like, what? I was like, give us some surprises. That, I think that'd be a cool surprise. I was like, in that same vein, I was like, Alexa Bliss, I think, is also similar as well, where it's like she just returned, so it's like she still is over with the crowd. We haven't done nothing to take her that cheer away or whatever. Not that it would, because I was like, it's Alexa Bliss. Everybody really likes Alexa Bliss, but right now, capitalizing on basically her momentum of her being real. I was like, the pop for her really loud. She had to come in here for years. I was like, we missed opportunities like this before, like Naomi in the Rumble a few years ago. Not, I was like, not with her stint from TNA, but her stint before that, where she was like hurt and injured for a couple months. She was over for several months, didn't get nothing out of it. So I was like, we don't do that many things with the returns a lot of times. So capitalize on it now. And I was like, once again, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss. I was like, now you can put like another vet to Rhea Ripley. I was like, I think Alexis would still get the win here in this type of scenario. But I was like, but that has enough to also sell on the self of those two names involved. And also, I was like, she's really good in ring, and it's like almost like with Roxanne, a smaller person with Rhea also really does. I was like, it's a good matchup as well in that scenario. I was like, Naomi. I was like, I think I was like, I think like her thing is going to be complicated because of whatever we see with the Jade story. But I was like, her scenario to me is just basically like, I think she's been on a good run this year. I think she's still over with the crowd. I was like, she got the whole glow gimmick still. That I was like, and I was like, this is still, you got to think this is still within her year of like returning. As I mean, her year just got done returning, but I was like, I was like, she still is over the crowd. She hasn't. I was like, she's had championship matches with Nia and stuff like that. Now I was like, if she went to WrestleMania to face Rhea, she's losing. But I was like, but the whole thing of like her getting that, this will be probably, be honest, I want to say the bigger surprise of everybody here. To be honest, this will be like their. I feel like this would be like Jey Uso kind of winning, where it would. I don't think anybody will put money on her, even less than Roxanne. To be honest, um, but I think the promos would be really good. I was like, they already had some experience together from being like War Games and that whole time during that. But I was like, I was like, be honest, she sort of to me has maybe the weaker one, but I was like, she's already in a story to where I was like, I don't know what you can really come out of this. Bayley is probably not too far behind, just because like this time this year she already had her WrestleMania thing. I was like, I know now I'm over here just like killing the cases or whatever. But I feel like you could get. I was like, how about a redo? Yeah, yes, it would be sort of two baby faces, but like Rhea's not the same baby face in that type of way. I was like, but now you got two big names as well. Cause I was like, Rhea is on a different level than EO Sky, even though the story justified it last year. But I was like, Bayley and Rhea in there. I was like, I don't know how the promos would be, but I was like, the match would be really good because I was like, Bayley's a really good worker and stuff like that. But and also too, Rhea knocking down another horsewoman. That I think will be the story. She's beating Charlotte. She's beating Becky. Who's left? Bayley. That's the only other person you got to beat here, and that could be her whole story. Is that basically I'm the new wave. I'm taking out all you oldsters or whatever. It's just you are left to go. That would be the whole story, and I think you could. I think that would build a good. I think that would build it really good because putting Bayley at even as she's a babyface in the spot where just like you a old timer, you a has been kind of thing. Where it's like I done already knocked down your friends, and they're kind of better than you. That's that will probably feel like how it will go. And I was like, and then I was like, we got Bianca Belair. I think that this is pretty much the ultimate match. I was like, that's why I don't think that she would necessarily win. But I was like, this would be the ultimate match. This is something that could and probably would main event WrestleMania. But I think that for something like this, I was like, you're gonna need more than like 5 weeks or whatever it is build. But this basically is your two biggest women stars. After the horsewomen, that basically this is Becky, Charlotte. That's what this is. Or if you want to say Sasha and that in some of them cases, but nobody still got to the heights of Becky and Charlotte. So this is what this would be, two Titans. I was like, basically seeing who is the best EST. Who brings the brutality EST. Yeah, so this match. I was like, would basically be the one they put on the posters. Hell, they was actually on the cover of the video game last year as well. So it's like that's where you already see that these two would be the two people in this scenario. And last is Liv Morgan, and I think basically, while I think some people would groan at it, I don't think that Triple H got the year of the build up that he wanted, and I was like, to me, her best case scenario is basically what's been going on this whole year. Is that they would basically try to redo what they sort of didn't fully get, and I think this would pretty much be like a full statement last time type of deal. You might even get a stipulation with this one just because I was like they had the cage match, but that wasn't really a stipulation on the match itself. I was like they really have only had I'm gonna say they really only had two matches of like where it's like yeah Dom and the Fear or whatever, but two pure matches. So I was like this will be the third one. They each got wins, and I was like you do the rubber match and you might put a stipulation on it, but I was like I think that they would try to do it one last time, say this feud. I was like not say the feud, but start it up, and then it's instead of like the whole year that you sort of had to do this, you got basically that amount of time until WrestleMania to basically get it cooking. And while everybody be like, "Oh, we've seen this before," I think that I think they want to basically get it out their system to where it's like cool, and then we're just done with it. They could be rivals and stuff like that, but we get this out of our system. Uh, and yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised at this one either with that. Anyway, I was like, that's the best case scenario. Each one, I was like, the only one I really didn't have, I'm sorry, it really kind of Naomi here. Yeah, but I was like, she's gonna end up having a story, so it's fine. But anyway, let me know what y'all think. Peace. I'm out.